I didn't look at the first week. I have to go back and look at the first week.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, copies, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so type the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What is up, everyone? This is Nate the Great coming to you live on the MLB pregame show from the All Sports All Plays Network. I'm here with Brandon Herrera today. Brandon, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Sunday, get to talk some baseball and whatever else we feel like talking about.
Oh,
So,
yeah. So we'll talk about the competition stuff later. Now, when it comes to the slides, there's been a little bit of a technical difficulty, so we couldn't do the slides this week. But if you're out there and you want to win a free T-shirt, all you have to do is like the show, comment the show, and be engaged in the show. Towards the end of the month, we tally up all the comments, and the person that gets the most comments wins the free T-shirt. But, say for a second, I just realized Brad put the poster up. Say for a second that you're out there, this month is not your month, or you're driving while the show's going on, whatever the case is. All it is $14.99 plus shipping and handling. Sizes go from small to 2XL. And contact any one of us, and we'll get it taken care of. Now this is, like I said, this is the Major League Baseball pregame show, previewing all the Sunday slate games. We have to start things off today. We have the Athletics against the Orioles. It's Jesus Lazario versus John Means. Now, Athletics are on their 13-game winning streak. Something tells me that, I know I said it when the series started, but something tells me that this streak is going to come to an end tonight.
ooh.
Against Baltimore. However, Baltimore's only 1-8 alone at home. So I'm going with Baltimore, despite record. Just because I think this streak is going to come to a close.
All right. So you're going to old Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. The streak's got to come to an end sometime. Like you said, no doubt about that. But the thing is, man, it is hard to bet against these A's. So I am going to go on the opposite end, and I'm going to take the A's on this one. It will not shock me if the way my luck's going, everybody I've been picking has been stinking. So A's, I'm sorry if I jinxed you.
All right. So next up is the Orioles versus the Detroit Tigers, and it's Danny Duffy who's going to be pitching for I almost said Baltimore Royals.
I think you did say the Royals when you. But anyways, go ahead.
Orioles, yeah. Anyway, Kansas City Royals versus the Detroit Tigers. Danny Duffy versus Michael Fulmer. For this match, you look at Danny Duffy's stats. He is 2-1. as a starting pitcher, and Michael Fulmer is 1-1. For this, Detroit's at home. If it's a snow game, I'm taking Detroit, but I don't think it's a snow game, so I'm taking Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too, and Kansas City's been one of those teams where they've just been on fire. You got a pitcher with less than a 1 ERA and at least 3 starts, so he's not giving up runs. So yeah, gotta go Kansas City on this one.
I almost sneezed right there. So you're going Kansas City as well.
Yep.
All right. So the next matchup is the New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Indians. Checking to see. No, we don't have any comments. The New York Yankees are 9-11. Interesting stat. I don't know if you knew about this, but the Cleveland Indians are the only Major League Baseball team to allow 3 home runs scored against the New York Yankees this season.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know that.
In the same inning.
Okay.
In the same innings. New York Yankees have never scored 3 runs in the same inning until
3 home
the
runs.
Indians. I want to say it happened on Friday.
You're talking 3 home runs in an inning, not runs.
Yeah, in the same inning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The final score ended up being 4-3.
Gotcha.
But when it going with stats here, this is going to be Tristan McKenzie's first start of the season. While Jameson Taillon is 0-1. 0-1 as a pitcher. New York Yankees have not had much success when it comes to hitting, as I just gave that stat earlier. For that reason, I am going with the home team again. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going with the home team. However, I picked the Royals, and they're not playing as the home team today. So the Indians is who I will go for.
All right. Yeah, I hate to do it, but Yankees are kind of turning it around, I think. So I think the bats are coming alive. Pitcher's going to be solid. I can see a high-scoring game between these two, but I think the Yankees will outlast them. So I'll go with the Yankees on this one.
Next one is the 13-8 Seattle Mariners versus the 13-9 Boston Red Sox.
Surprising 13 teams.
Yeah, 2 surprising 13 teams. However, looking at the stats here, Boston Red Sox are having a losing record at home.
Okay.
And most of their success, as a matter of fact, Boston is 7-8 at home.
Yep.
And they only have 1 loss as an away game.
Yep.
So, even though I think Boston is winning the series, I'm going to take Seattle. Seattle on this.
We'll go with Seattle. Okay. Ah, man. Yeah, 2 surprise teams we didn't really think were going to start off this well. Gotta like the Mariners, but that Rodriguez, he's 3-0.
You said that we didn't expect to go out this well. It did surprise me. Let's just say that for me, because this isn't the first time this happened recently, I should say.
Yeah.
They started out hot in the beginning. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So, okay, so for me, I didn't expect at least Seattle. I didn't expect to be up there right away, but Boston, another team that was supposed to be picked in the middle. But anyway, so moving on, I'm going to take Rodriguez and the Boston Red Sox. Hopefully, get his 4th win of the year. So I'll go with Rodriguez.
Okay. Red Sox for you, and for me, it's Seattle. Next up is the Tampa Bay Rays. They go out. They have a home team. They're the home team. They play against the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto is sitting at 9-11, and their away record is 6-8. Tampa is sitting at 11-10, and they have a 4-5 home record. Louis Patinino is going to have his first start today, and he's pitching against Hiron Jin Ryu against the Toronto for the Toronto Blue Jays, and Hiron Jin Ryu, if I pronounce that,
Sounds like a Street Fighter name.
Yeah, he's 1-0. That's where he's currently not 1-0, 1-2. So, for this one, I'm guessing the 3.00 is the ERA, as he's currently sitting at ERA.
Yep.
Going against a new pitcher for the start of the season is why I'm going Tampa. Not Tampa. Toronto.
You're going Toronto. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Toronto. It's new pitcher. I get it that Tampa has a good farm system. However, I don't remember if he pitched last year.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going with Toronto to take this.
Okay. Yeah, he pitched a little bit last year. 11 games, 1 start.
Oh, okay.
17 innings. So he came out of the bullpen. So he's getting his second start. Typically, I'm with you. I go with, or I'm kind of against you, I should say. Typically, I go with the pitchers that are getting their first look, because the book's not out on them. But I got to go with Toronto on this one because, Ryu is going to finish him. I think he's, like I said, a Street Fighter name. But I just like the Blue Jays lineup, and hopefully someday I'm right, and this lineup just starts clicking and starts putting up the numbers that I thought they were going to start doing. So I'm with you. I'm going with Toronto.
For me, I'm going Blue Jays as well. Blue Jays for both of us.
Yep.
And then the next game is the Washington Nationals versus the New York Mets. The Mets are starting Tajon Walker today, and Patrick Corbin is going to be starting for the Washington Nationals. For me, they both have a losing record, but looking at the ERA for Patrick Corbin, he's currently sitting at a 10.95. That is concerning. I get Tajon Walker's record. I mean, ERA is not looking too good either. But Patrick Corbin is going to lose. I feel like this is going to be a high-scoring game. But Mets are going to take the victory. If I had to give a scoring prediction, I would go 12-11. Mets over Nationals.
Okay. Yeah, this is another Mets team that has kind of been a slow start that a lot of people are giving them. But the thing is they got some strong pitching, and the hitting is, could help. Just ask DeGrom on how much hitting could help him. I gotta go with the Mets too on this one. The lineup I think is just too tough, and like you said, Corbin's ERA, 10 plus. It could go down, but I'm with you. I think it's going to be a decent scoring game.
Mets, and then for me, it's also the Mets. All right, so the next matchup after this is the Diamondbacks, and they play up against the Atlanta Braves. It's Zach Gallen versus Bryce Wilson. Zach Gallen, this isn't his first appearance for the season as the Arizona Diamondbacks, but this is his first start. As Bryce Wilson has started once before, and Bryce Wilson is currently sitting at a 1-0, 1-0. For me, Zach Gallen. I mean, Atlanta is currently hurt on injuries right now. But according to the Atlanta Braves fans, that's a good thing because it is still early in the season. uh, you know, but for me, I'm going. I'm going Arizona Diamondbacks on this. I'm probably going to take the upset on this, and I'm going to go Arizona. New starting pitcher for the season. He's pitched once before, going Arizona.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I got to take the Braves. I think they're finally coming around. They started off slow. Opening week, I think they lost 0-4. So, but I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Braves. It looks like Arizona's gonna do that game where they start a reliever, let them pitch a couple innings, and then it's just a bullpen game. I'm not a big fan of that style of pitching, but that's why I'm talking sports and not managing sports. So I'm going to Atlanta.
All right, so writing this down, Brandon, you have
And that
Atlanta.
is, and they're playing a double dip tonight, so that is game one of their doubleheader. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that later.
yep.
The next matchup is after I write this down, I'll talk a little bit about the next matchup. Houston's not doing great. However, they're 4-5 at home. They were originally at a 1-9. They were sitting at 1-9 as their last 10 at 1 point. I seriously see Houston end up being either a 500 team this year or a little bit higher than a 500 team. Maybe give like 5 to 10 games higher, somewhere around there.
Okay.
They play up against the Angels. Houston, looking at their series, Houston is currently in the lead 2-0 over the Angels. I take that back. They are currently the series are currently 3-0. However, they are 4-1 for this season. Only because of how well Houston has been doing against Arizona. I gotta go with the Astros.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
calling that sweet.
Yeah, I like what you said. I mean, I can't disagree with what you're saying about the Astros. I don't know. I just have a hard time going with teams with, some decent lineups here. And, you got Trout, you got Otani leading that team. You got Pujols coming off the bench most of the time. I got to go with Anaheim. I think they're going to keep it going. Yeah, they're a game under 500, but it's the Houston Astros. We'll see some trash can play, So yeah, so I got Anaheim.
All right, so Brandon, Angels, and then for me, Astros. All right, the next, since it's your team, I'll let you go first.
All right.
The Pirates, they play an away game. Now, before you give your pick, we'll read off a couple of stats.
Okay, go ahead.
The Twins are starting Matt Shoemaker today.
Yep.
Who's sitting at 1-1. And Matt Shoemaker is currently sitting at 6.28 ERA. However, looking at the Pirates here, Will Crow this will be his first start, but this won't be his first appearance. He's currently sitting at a 13.50 ERA. So who are you taking in this?
Man, I think if it was any other team than Pittsburgh right now, I'd probably take the other team because Twins right now are just kind of
So you're taking the Twins.
consistent. Yeah, I got to take the Twins. I mean, they're home. They got the lineup's kind of coming around, but they got the games where you think it's coming around, but then it's not. But I'm going to do a hot take here, and Alex Clearoff, I'm sorry if I butchered his name, is 0-10 right now. He's going to go 2-4 today. He's going to get a home run.
All right. So for me, this is tough. This is tough because
It is tough.
This is a tough game because even though my screen keeps rolling up, even though Will Crow, who's going to be pitching for the Pirates today, is currently sitting at a 13.5 ERA. Looking at the home away stat record, the away game, the Pirates have more wins away than the Twins do at home. However, the Pirates have more away losses than the Twins do at home. Because the Twins are sitting at 3-6, and the Pirates are sitting at 6-8.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm gonna give a hot take too.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give a hot take as well. This will be the first extra inning wins for the Twins this season.
Oh, wow! We're going extra inning win here. All right, extra inning winning, and Clearoff hits the game-winning home run. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're both going Twins on that one. All right. What's the next game, Nate?
It's actually my team. The Texas Rangers. They play an away game against the White Sox. This one's kind of tough because at home the White Sox are currently sitting at 5-3. They are sitting at an 11-9 record, while the Rangers are sitting at 9-12 with a 6-6 away. Corey Arbara, who's starting for the Texas Rangers, is sitting at a 2-1 record with a 2.21 ERA, while Michael Kopech is sitting at a 1.69 ERA with a 1.0 record. This is tough because the Rangers have a great record closing off a series. Even though this is really, really tough. Michael Kopech even though he's only started one game, he's doing really well on a pitching standpoint. But I'm also 0-2 at picking Texas Rangers games. So, because I am 0-2 at picking Texas Rangers games, I'm going with the White Sox and hopefully get another loss this time.
Ooh. Yeah, I gotta go with you on that. I think White Sox being at home, again, they got a nice young group of talent guys there. I mean, led by Mercedes, the DH/catcher. He's hot right now that they're playing him strictly at DH because they're steady catches okay too. But So yeah, I'll go with I. Yeah, I hate to go with the White Sox, but because it doesn't help the Twins if they win. So, but got to go with the White Sox. Got to put fandom aside sometimes.
I'm not really putting fandom aside. Realistically, even though I'm writing down White Sox, I do have the Rangers because of their inning record. But
Okay.
I'm putting down White Sox because I'm 0-2 at picking Texas Rangers games. Next up is the Cincinnati Reds versus the St. Louis Cardinals, who Cincinnati's actually at a 9-11 record, 2-6 for away games, while the Cardinals are sitting at 4-4 at home with a 10-10 record. I see this one being a higher scoring game.
Oh.
Luis Calisto, well, I say higher scoring because what I meant is higher scoring game than the Texas Rangers of Chicago White Sox game. Luis Calisto is sitting at a 1-1 record with a 6.05 ERA, while the Reds are facing Jack Flaherty, who is sitting at a 3.80 ERA with a 3.0 record. He is undefeated. Because he is undefeated, I'm going to go with him getting a fourth win. And the Cardinals are going to win this one. If I had to give a scoring prediction, I'll give the Rangers 2-1 in favor of White Sox. But the Cardinals, I'll give it probably like a 7-5, 7-6 kind of game.
Okay. Yeah, oh. Yeah, the pitching matchup was what got me going, so I'm gonna stick with you and go with the Cardinals. I think we're gonna see a good game today between these two, I believe.
Okay. So Brandon, Cardinals. And Nate, Cardinals. Cardinals versus Reds. Versus Reds. All right, the next game is the Chicago Cubs versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Chicago is currently sitting at 8-6 at home with a 10-10 record, while the Brewers are sitting 8-3 away with a 12-8 record. Now, the pitching matchup today, we're talking about a guy that even though it's one game, his stats are he did really well in that one game. He has a 1.96 ERA, and he's 1-0. Brandon Woodruff is facing up against Jake Arrieta, who Jake Arrieta has a really good record. That has a worse ERA, but even then, his ERA is pretty good, pretty cool, with a 2.86, and it's a 3-1 record. For me, I think Jake. For me, I'm gonna go Jake Arrieta and the Chicago Cubs. I'll take them over the Milwaukee Brewers. Something is telling me that even though it's not going to be the 15-2 game that we saw a few days ago, it's still going to be pretty high scoring. I'm going to go 10-3.
Okay, yeah. Something with the Cubs being at Wrigley Field that, they're a different ball club than when they're on the road most of the time. So I don't know if it's the fans or just the atmosphere. I don't know, but Arrieta, 3-1, 2.80 ERA. The Cubs lineup's pretty decent. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with the Cubs.
Cubs. Me also Cubs. It'd be Cubs versus Brewers. All right, so next matchup of the day is the 7-13 Colorado Rockies up against the 10-10 Philadelphia Phillies. Now, an interesting stat about Colorado here is they're 2-0. I mean, 2-1. John Gray's 2-1, and he is has a 2.42 ERA. One of those games, if I remember correctly, one of those games for John Gray is that he won. It was Herman. I take that back. Herman was the guy that beat the Dodgers in opening game. So, now they go up against the Phillies. I'm gonna go Colorado on this. I think they're going to actually eventually have a winning record at home. Even though they're not great away, I think they're at home. I'm gonna go Colorado.
I gotta go on the other side. I think guy gives some Philly love there. So I know the starting pitcher's 0-2, but Philly's life's got to come around. They got to start rattling off some wins. Colorado, it's a team that still trying to figure out what they're doing. If they're going to be sellers here, are they going to try to get rid of their other two studs that they have, or are they going to ride it out and see if they can turn this around? So I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies.
All right, so the next matchup is the Miami Marlins versus the San Francisco Giants. The Giants are 7-2 at home with 13-8 record. Now, the pitcher for Miami is undecided.
Oh, my favorite guy.
Yeah, undecided. He goes off and this undecided pitcher is going to go off and face Logan Webb, who's 0-1 with a 5.87 ERA. And he goes up against the Miami Marlins. Looking at the head-to-head matchups for this, they beat the Giants yesterday with the 5-2, but they, however, their year record is they're sitting at 3-3. I'm gonna go with the only because of who Giants are starting today. I gotta go. I gotta go Miami on this.
Oh, go with Miami, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little hard to decide, because you don't know who they're going to throw at them. So I'm guessing Miami's probably going to do that reliever bullpen game where they start a reliever and just pitch the bullpen tonight. But I kind of like Miami. Last year they I know it's short season and stuff, but they showed some heart and, never counted them out. So I'm also going to go with Miami today. I think we're going to see, a good Miami team today. Both teams are battling with some minor injuries, so I don't think that's going to play a factor. But yeah, I'll go with Miami.
All right, so that goes down. So we have two more games, and then we'll go off to this next segment of the show.
All right.
The second game of the Atlanta Braves versus Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, game one was Atlanta versus. You picked Atlanta, I picked Arizona. This is where I am going to swap my picks. Well, I'm going to swap. I'm going to go Atlanta in this one because Drew Smiley is going to is coming back, and I get that he does not have a great ERA, but I thought Madison Bumgarner's ERA was going to be better than it is right now. And Madison Bumgarner is sitting at 8.68 ERA with a 1-2 record. So I think Drew Smiley is going to beat Madison Bumgarner today, and I'm gonna go high scoring here. I'll go 14-10.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think I was actually when I saw Bumgarner, I'm like, oh, I'll take him. But yeah, ERA's up there. Atlanta's a nice hitting team, scored runs. Smiley's coming back, or I don't know if he was injured, but he's pitching today. Yeah, I got it. I got to go with it.
Was.
Okay.
He was. He's not now, but he was.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Smiley and the Braves.
All right. So Braves versus Diamondbacks. And then you picked.
Yep. Pick the Braves.
Pick Braves.
Excuse me.
I also picked the Braves. All right, so that means that there's one more game. One more game we've got to talk about. And honestly, it's the Dodgers versus the Padres. The Padres have a very good record away. However, the Dodgers have a very good record at home. Joe Musgrove is going to be starting, and he has a 1.04 ERA with a 2-2 record, including one of those games that he pitched was against. It was the first guy to have a no-hitter in Dodgers history. Not Dodgers. Padres. History. Yeah, and he goes up against. He faces Dustin May with a 1.1 ERA. I think that the Padres here, looking at their record, I know they won game 1 in this series, but they lost yesterday 5-4. They won game 2. They won game 1 and game 2, and I think that the Padres are going to win this series, get a 3-1 win over the Dodgers. So that's where I'm standing.
Yeah, it looks like the Padres are heating up, and I think a lot of us thought this series in general throughout the whole year was going to be a series to watch, either in San Diego or in LA, especially depending on if it was Kershaw versus Snell or Bauer versus Yu Darvish or vice versa. Musgrove has shown that he's solid. I mean, yeah, he had the no-hitter a couple starts ago. Padres, especially Tatis, looks like he's heating up. I saw yesterday Tatis hit a home run and kind of chirped at the Dodgers a little bit and covered his right eye in lieu of Bauer pitching with one eye or something. Something like that. I can't remember his spring training. The series is going to be good. I'm going with the Padres too. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm going with the Padres. Yeah, I'm going with the Padres on this one. I think we're going to see them keep lighting it up and keep getting stronger. I think this series is going to be a very good one to watch all year long.
Oh yeah. So
you're going Dodgers, right?
Yeah, let's next segment is let's backtrack a little bit, talk a little bit about our results last week.
Okay.
So our results from 2 weeks ago, you're in the lead right now at 4-3.
Okay, 4-3.
So last week was the 18th, right?
Yeah,
yeah. You were sitting at 4-3 in week 1 when we did this. Week 2.
All right.
Now here's where we find out our result. The first game that we have to talk about is the Diamondbacks versus the Nationals, and the Diamondbacks win this game 5-2. And that's what we both picked, so we actually both get a point.
Okay.
The next one is a split. We had a split prediction on this. You went for the Cardinals. I went for the Phillies. I get a point because the Phillies went 2-0. So we're
All
sitting
right.
at 4-4. Next up is the Tampa Bay Rays versus the New York Yankees. Is also a split prediction here.
Okay.
You went for the Yankees. I went for the Tampa Bay Rays. I get a point. The Yankees win 4-2, so I am winning 5-4.
All right.
White Sox versus the Red Sox here. So this one was a doubleheader. This was a doubleheader. You picked that the Red Sox were going to sweep. Looking at Game 1 results, that's not what happened.
Nope.
White Sox. I said that White Sox and Red Sox were going to split, and I was wrong on that too. I get a point because I said that they were going to split, and it eventually ends up White Sox sweeping it. So,
So you got the White Sox this one.
6-4 is what we're sitting at right now.
Yep.
Next up is the Reds versus the Indians. We both.
Wait, did you pick the Red Sox? The Red Sox first game?
No, I picked the Red Sox second game.
So you won the first game then.
Yeah, I get a point.
Yeah, you got 3 so far. Okay.
Yeah, 3.
I gotcha.
We're sitting at 3-1 today, but 6-4 as.
I actually would have said 3-0 because I haven't picked the right game that we split. So.
No.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't pick it. You didn't pick the right game that we split. However, we both picked the Diamondbacks to beat the Nationals, so you got a point there.
Yeah.
Indians versus Reds. We both picked the Reds, and we were both wrong on that. Indians win this one 6-3. Next up, Giants versus Marlins. Giants won this one 1-0. And the Giants, that's what we both picked, so we both get a point.
All right.
So it's now 7-5. Next one is an extra innings game. Pirates winning near the away team, 6-5. And for that one was a split. That one was a split, and I got that one right. So it's now 8-5.
Oh, I'm not looking good.
Baltimore versus Texas. Baltimore versus Texas was another split. However, you get the point for this one because Texas won this one 1-0.
All right.
So it's now 8-6. Mets versus Rockies. We both get a point. So we're now sitting at we're now sitting at like 9-7. And now Tigers play the Athletics. And then which I wrote down. Okay, so we both picked Oakland to win this one, and we were right. Both of us were.
Oh.
So now 10-8. Seattle played Houston, and we both picked Seattle to win. So it's now 11-9.
Okay.
Dodgers versus Padres. Padres ended up with the win, and we both picked Padres.
Okay.
So that's now at 12-10 is what the record we're sitting at right now. And then now it was another split. Atlanta versus Cubs. You get the point. So you're last week you were up 4-3. Now I'm up 12-11. So that's where we're sitting at right now.
Okay. All right. So that Yeah, need a rebound here a little bit. It looks like.
Yeah. And even then, you scored a lot more points than last week. We both did really well compared to last week.
Yeah. So.
So then that means that's the third segment of the day, and that's your mini game.
Yeah. So for our fantasy pick'em, I still got to go find first week's episode. It wasn't working for me. But last week, Nate, you picked Nolan as your hitter and Gallo as your hitter, and Cole and Bauer as your two pitchers. And with the stats, you got about 19 points. So you struck out on Gallo because he did not play, and then Nolan he was 0 for 4, so that's -4 there. But your pitchers, you did awesome on your pitching.
Wow.
So, for me, on the other hand, I picked the White Sox second game starter, which was undecided at the time, and he went 3 innings, gave me 4 Ks, but he gave up a run and walk, I believe, which are minus points in our. So, I also picked Bobby Bush or Bo Bichette and Acuna Jr., and those guys gave me -5 points together. I did not have a good game. Snell had a pretty decent game. He gave me 6. So my total was 7 points. So you pretty much dominated last week. So
okay.
And once we get I'll see if the stream is working for week 1 and get the tallies for that. So as of on right now, we'll put an asterisk there. You're off 1-0 on me going into this week. So go ahead, give me your first player you're going to pick this week.
All right. So my first player that I'm going to pick. So the first player I'm going to pick, I'm going to go hitter. I'm going to go National League side. Okay. Today. So I'm going to go not. Hold on, I'll pull up the matchups real quick. So we're currently sitting at. I'm going to go get probably a batter that hit. I'm probably going to go with like a batter that is hitting against a pitcher that has a high ERA. That's the strategy that I'm going to go.
Okay.
This might shock some people. I want to go because something is telling me to go with Orioles player today. An Orioles player.
All right, so you go.
Something is telling me that George Lopez. No,
he's a comedian.
I take that back. I take that back. That's their pitcher. I'll probably go with outfielder Austin Hayes from the Orioles.
Oh, you're going AL first. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going AL. I said NL, but I'm going to go with AL first.
All right. So you're going with Hayes. All right. I'm going to take my AL or NL hitter first. He's come back from injury and he's been on fire. I'm going with Tatis Jr.
Hayes. So I'm going to go pitcher here.
Okay.
As my next pick. Next pick, I'm gonna go pitcher, and probably gonna go with Danny Duffy from the Kansas City Royals.
Ooh, going Duffy. Okay. Oh man, there's always tough pitchers to pick, bro. Uh, oh, let's see who's jumping out at me here. Yeah, I'm gonna take Wilson from the Braves as my pitcher.
Okay. Okay. My other pitcher. Whew. See, that's tough. I gotta go. See, I went with an AL hitter.
Yep.
And then I went for
AL pitcher, so you're
AL
on the
side.
NL.
NL. I'm going with NL. I'm gonna go with a homer take.
Ooh.
I gotta go. This is Rocky's homer take here.
Okay.
I gotta go John Gray.
Who?
John Gray, starting pitcher.
Oh,
for
the
Colorado.
pitcher. Okay. All right. So, since I gave my hot take today, I'm going to stick with him. I'm going to go with Mr. Killeroff for Alex from the Minnesota Twins. I think he's going to break out of his 0 for 10 today, and I think he's going to have a bomb.
Okay, so that just leaves with hitter.
Yeah, you need a hitter.
That just leaves with hitter. They're playing against the Padres today.
Ooh.
I gotta go with somebody from the Dodgers, even though I have the Padres winning it. I'm still going to go with somebody from the Dodgers.
I thought you said you had the Dodgers winning.
Let me check my.
I went Padres. I could be wrong. I might have misunderstood you.
We both picked Padres. We both picked.
Oh,
Padres.
we did. Okay.
So I'm gonna go with somebody from the Dodgers. I'm gonna go Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. All right. Yeah, that could be a good sign there. For me, I think I'm going to do a twin killing here. I'm going to go Shoemaker as my pitcher. So I think that's a wrap. So we got a few minutes left, Nate. What's your take on the first month of the season with your team specifically? Let's go with your team. So, what surprised you? What's kind of upsetting? What do you like to see change down the road here?
So for me, I think we need to, as a pitching staff, we need to do better.
Okay.
We have given up a lot of home runs. I'm referring to Texas here.
Okay.
We've given up a lot of home runs, especially on opening night. However, hitting, we're off and on. There's been times, I read a stat that we have not, at one point from the second Padres game to the second Tampa Bay Rays game, we have not hit We have not scored in 21 runs.
Okay.
I think hitting we're great, but we're not consistent. Pitching, however, we're just pitching. Well, actually, let me take that back. Starting rotation, we're not that great, but I think checking at stats here, we have the 8th best bullpen, which is not great, but it is a strong suit for us. Is our bullpen.
Yeah.
So we need to be better at pitching. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. For the Twins, I think Baldelli's overthinking a lot of decisions, and it's costing us a few games, being errors or mental mistakes by the players. I think hitting wise, we need to do a little bit better on. I mean, you can't win a game if you're only getting a couple hits and no runs. Pitching wise, I see improvements day in and day out, and the bullpen's kind of rocky right now, which going into the season, everybody thought the bullpen was going to be the strong part, and the starting was going to be a battle. So for me, I'd like to see Baldelli not overthink things, get that analytics out of the dugout, but I know that's not going to happen. But Buxton stays strong, staying healthy is helping. That guy can fly around the field. Once Snow comes back from his little injury, hopefully he turns it around and starts batting better. But yeah, for my Twins, just more consistent play, I think, on the horizon for them. So. But outside of our teams, what do you think so far of the season in general? What surprised you overall, minus our favorite teams?
So what's surprising overall, and I know it kind of involves the Rangers. I know you said not.
No. Yeah.
Well, it involves the Rangers, but it involves more about the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay.
The Tampa Bay Rays, I know that they lost Blake Snell, and I get that hurts. But even with Blake Snell being gone, I think that even with Blake Snell being gone, I thought they were going to do a lot better than they are.
Oh, okay. So you thought the Rays were going to be better than the 11-10 record? Okay.
Yeah, 11-10.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to be better than that.
You're one of the few, because I think a lot of people thought the Rays were going to struggle. So good for you on that one. No, for me right now, I mean, I know it's still early month in or so. I mean, the New York Yankees, I mean, they're towards the bottom right now. They just a game ahead of Baltimore. So that's kind of surprising. On the other hand, too, is, it's good to see the smaller markets do good. Seattle, I didn't think Seattle was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Was going to be up there. I thought they were going to be towards the bottom. So, but I got to say, I'm loving that Padres Dodgers series. That Dodgers are up there. Padres are up there. So that series, I think, they're up. Like I said before, that whole series is just going to be a battle. So, you got any predictions on maybe early season MVP right now, or Cy Young Award winner, or?
Oh, Cy Young Award winner. That's easy for me. Cy Young. So Cy Young Award winner. I guess I'll go NL first. I think Joe Musgrove might be the Cy Young Award winner for the NL.
Okay.
AL, however, I think Cy Young Award winner will probably be. I do think that is a little harder to choose.
Okay.
But, as of right now, this might change. I gotta go with a hot take here and Danny Duffney.
Okay, gotcha. For me, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
MVP. Well, actually, you go ahead first because I forgot who it was. But there was one guy that's been doing really, really well.
Okay.
On the Brewers. I got to go check to see who.
Okay, go ahead. So for me, I gotta say it's DeGrom right now. I mean, he's 2-1, 0.31 ERA. I mean, it's just hard. The Mets aren't score for him, but the guy's still pitching just lights out. So I gotta go with DeGrom. For my AL Cy Young, I gotta go Garrett Cole. Right now he's what is he? He's 3-1. Just a little bit over a 1.7 ERA. So I hate to give anything to New York, but I got to give him the AL Cy Young right now.
For me, I got to go with Corbin. Corbin Burns is my MVP.
Okay.
He is the first person to throw for 40 strikeouts, and he has not walked one person a single season.
Oh, so you're going with the pitcher MVP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go with the pitcher. I said it. I'm going to go with the pitcher.
All right. So that's your NL. So who's your AL side?
AL. I'll probably that's tough. AL. I'm still sticking with my prediction, Mike Trout.
Okay. Yeah, Mike Trout's not a bad one. I mean, he's. I mean, everybody says that he doesn't put up great numbers at Spurs. He's consistent throughout the whole year, so he might have a good game, bad game, good game, or good game, bad. I mean, so
yeah,
he's a consistent guy. So I like that pick.
I'm gonna go with a homer take. If Major League Baseball did a Rookie of the Year.
Oh, they do.
They do? Okay.
Yep.
Then I got to go with Nate Lau.
Okay.
Because he's a rookie and he's leading, and he's top 5 in for the MLB in RBIs.
Okay.
So how can you not go Nate Lau?
Yeah, exactly. So for me, my NL rookie or player of the year, I got to go Cunha Jr. The guy is just right now is just on fire,
True.
and it seems like when he has good games, the Braves win. When he's having an off game, they kind of lose. So I go with him, and then I got to go with Mercedes for the White Sox, the rookie, big slugger. Another guy, if he stays hot, the White Sox, definitely can build around him. So I'm going to go with Mercedes and Acuna Jr.
True. So that's all I had. Is that?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so this has been actually so before we close it out, any final thoughts that you like to share?
No, just gonna enjoy the ball games as much as I can see today. Hopefully the sun pops out here. It's supposed to get better here in Minnesota, so has some gloomy weather. So yeah, just gonna enjoy some ball games.
Yeah. So I know it's not wrestling, but this is my lead-in to the wrestling show that goes on later today. I know
the
baseball show as well, but I do have a wrestling prediction. I'll go with the prediction here.
All right.
As my lead-in, I see next week on SmackDown. I see Jey Uso face against Seth Rollins in a matchup because of what we saw towards the end of the tag team match. That's my prediction. That is my prediction for next week on SmackDown.
All right. So early week prediction for Nate wrestling. So yeah, as he said, between the ropes tonight, I think about 9 o'clock Central Time. So just stay tuned. We'll share the link once we get it. So
It's 9
great
o'clock.
show.
It's actually it's 9 o'clock Western, not Central.
Oh, 9 o'clock Western? Okay.
So 11.
All right. Yeah. No, thank you for correcting me. So,
All right.
yeah, with that being said, I've got nothing more to say.
All right. So this has been Nate the Great and Brandon signing out for now. As soon as I can find the right here.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.